If you had asked me a few years ago what my favorite holiday pie was, I would have absolutely said pumpkin. But now, after trying this sweet potato pie, I'm a little torn. It is so good. The sweet potatoes are steamed and then mixed with brown sugar, the perfect blend of spices, and baked in our pie crust. It's light, fluffy, creamy, all of the good things, and we top it with a really delicious whipped cream topping, which I can eat with a spoon. You must give it a try.
We steam our sweet potatoes. It's easy and foolproof for perfectly cooked middles. You can bake them if you prefer or already have the oven on. Tips for baking them are in the recipe on Inspired Taste. They steam for 35 to 45 minutes, maybe a bit longer. You can tell they are done when a knife easily goes through the whole potato without any resistance. Before making our filling, these need to cool, so while they cool, we will roll out our pie dough. I'm using our favorite pie crust. If you stick around until the end of this video, you'll see how we make it in our food processor. Flour a clean work surface and then place one of your dough discs down. Now, since this was just in the fridge, it's going to be a bit hard to roll it first. That's why I gently press the dough with a rolling pin to soften it. When it's more pliable, begin to roll it out, rolling away from you and then turning the dough to keep a rough circle. The dough will probably crack in places around the edge. No problem, just press them back together. Then keep rolling until the dough is at least 1 inch larger than your pie dish. As you're rolling, do a check to make sure the bottom isn't sticking. Just move it from side to side. If it's sticking, add a bit more flour. If it's getting too soft, place it onto a baking sheet and chill for a few minutes. Now roll the dough up and around your rolling pin, and then unroll it back into the pie dish. Gently move the dough so that it goes down into the dish. Try not to stretch the dough, as that will bounce back in the oven. Now you can trim any excess, and if you're making a single crust pie, add some decoration. I build up the sides a bit by folding the edges over onto themselves. For areas that are a little light, use the excess dough you cut away earlier to build those areas up. Then use a finger and knuckles to crimp. You can experiment, but it's pretty simple to make larger or smaller crimps depending on how hard you press. Keep your pie crust in the refrigerator while making the filling. Our sweet potatoes are completely cool, so we can peel them. The peel comes away easily. We need 20 ounces of sweet potato for this pie, which is roughly the flesh from 3 medium potatoes. Use a stand mixer or electric hand mixer and mix the sweet potatoes until mashed and fluffy. We love fresh sweet potatoes in this pie. It doesn't matter if the label says sweet potato or yam, as long as you buy medium to large potatoes with orange flesh. You should be good. Now add 8 tablespoons of melted butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon each of salt, cinnamon, ground ginger, nutmeg, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Give that a quick mix and then add a 1/2 cup of milk and 2 large eggs. Now mix everything on low speed until blended, and then increase the speed to medium-high and mix for 2 minutes. The mixture might look grainy, don't worry about it. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and we are ready to bake our pie. Grab the pie crust from the fridge and place it onto a baking sheet. Now scoop all the filling into the pie. It's thick, so you'll need to spread the top until it's mostly smooth. Bake until the filling is set. You can use a toothpick or a thermometer to check. You want it over 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and I find this pie to be perfect when it reads around 195. You'll also notice that a toothpick, or the pokey end of my thermometer, comes out clean. I like to cool pies like this one slowly to prevent cracks and sinking. Turn the oven off, slide the pie back inside, and leave the door open. When cooled, cover and chill overnight. The day you plan to serve it, make our whipped cream topping. It's made with 1.5 cups of heavy cream, a tablespoon of powdered sugar, and 6 tablespoons of sour cream. The sour cream adds a delicious tangy flavor and helps to stabilize the cream, which means it won't deflate on you hours after making it. Whip the cream and sugar until soft peaks, add sour cream, and then continue whipping until firm peaks. Just like this. Now add your cream to the chilled pie or serve it on the side. I do both, and since this is going to be my holiday pie, I make it extra pretty by piping on the cream. I seriously love this topping, and it works so nicely with the sweet, silky sweet potato pie filling. I also love that this pie holds well in the fridge, even with the topping added. I've kept this pie in the fridge for 2 days, and it's just as perfect as the day we made it. You can see the crust is perfectly golden brown on the bottom, and the pie filling looks smooth and creamy. I really wish I could give you a slice right now because I am telling you it tastes incredible. Now remember that crust I was talking about? It's a major reason this pie holds up so well over time. So let me quickly show you how we make it. I'm using a food processor, but to do this by hand, check the recipe on Inspired Taste. Measure your flour using the weight given in our recipe or by using this fluff and scoop method. To do it, stir the flour, then spoon the fluffed up flour into your measuring cup. Then swipe away the excess flour using the other end of your spoon. We'll need 1.5 cups of flour in the food processor and an extra cup of flour saved in a bowl to the side. Splitting up the flour like this is our secret to the best flaky pie crust. Toss in a tablespoon of sugar and a half teaspoon of salt. Then pulse a few times to mix. The sugar is optional. I add it when making sweet pies. Now cut 1 cup of cold butter into small pieces and scatter over the flour. Process the butter into the flour until all of the flour is coated in the butter. The mixture turns a bit yellow, and when you press it together, it holds a shape. Just like this. Now we can add the remaining flour. Splitting up our flour like this guarantees our pie crust will be flaky, light, and tender. It's all about creating the right balance of gluten for structure, but not overdoing it. You can read more about this in the article on Inspired Taste. We are ready to add some water. We want it pretty cold, which is why I've added ice. Scatter tablespoons of water over the dough. I start with 6 and go from there. If any ice cubes sneak in, take them out. Now use a spoon or spatula to press the dough together. Adding more water is needed. When the dough looks crumbly but will hold mostly together on one side, you have enough water. The day we filmed this, the air was dry, so we needed a few more tablespoons of water than usual. This is exactly what you're looking for. Now empty the bowl onto a work surface and bring it together with your hands. We aren't kneading here, just pushing the dough together into one big lump. This recipe makes enough for 2 single crust pies or 1 double crust pie. Do your best to cut it in half, then press each lump of dough into a disc and wrap well. Refrigerate until you need it, or freeze. It lasts in the fridge for 3 days and in the freezer for 3 months. Then you're ready to make your favorite pie. See you next time.